Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today's video is a Q&A and it is sponsored by Eros. All of the questions for the Q&A came from you guys, and we're going to be answering the good, the bad, and the ugly of working with your significant other. Let's get started. Dab. Renegade, renegade, renegade. Dab. To be completely honest with you guys, I always told myself that I was never going to work with my significant other because I had done that in the past and it was an epic fail. It was a nightmare. I hated it. And I told myself I'm never putting myself in that situation again. But then flash forward 10, 15 years and here we are.
Here we are.
Working together.
Just like you said you wouldn't.
I didn't do it, but I did it.
It's been an adjustment.
Definitely.
This year marks 1 year that we have officially worked from home together full time without any other jobs. So I went...
I've worked from home since 2013 because I was a real estate agent and obviously I got to work from home. I did have an office and a team of people that I worked with. So I did go to the office quite a bit, but I'd say in the last...
Yeah, you were used to working at home. I was not. A year ago, I quit my full-time job and I started working from home with PJ. Like I said, it was an adjustment. There were complications and there still are. I mean, every day presents new challenges, but we're getting the hang of it. I have to say it was probably one of the best decisions that we could have made.
I was very hesitant for him to quit his job. We did kind of stair step it. He went from full-time to part-time and he did that for a year. And then you kind of got pushed into quitting. We were doing a lot of travel related jobs. He just didn't have the time off and his boss was finally like, okay, if you take these 3 trips back to back, you're not going to have a job, basically.
She was really cool with it and was super supportive, but she just kind of pretty much laid down the facts. And so I quit after that. I never looked back. We've learned a lot over the year.
Yeah, for sure. So now let's take a quick break to talk about our sponsor, Eros.
Having a strong Wi-Fi connection in our home is so vital to our business. We have a 2-story home and we don't just work in one room of the house. We do have an office. We don't always work in that office. So it's important for us to have a strong connection, and that's where Eros comes in. With Eros' Surfboard Max, it gets the job done. It is the world's first true tri-band Wi-Fi 6 mesh system. Wi-Fi 6 is the fastest and most advanced Wi-Fi technology yet, and it provides up to 400% better range and much faster speeds than Wi-Fi 5. Which is really fun to say, Wi-Fi 5. Anyways, you set the whole thing up with an app. It's so easy. PJ set it up in like 10 minutes. The Surfboard Max Manager app has a simple and secure setup and management. This product comes in 2 flavors, the Pro and the Plus, and of course today we're talking about the Pro. The Pro offers Wi-Fi coverage up to 6,000 square feet.
On those days that we are not seeing eye to eye and we really don't want to see face to face, we can both work on opposite ends of the house and we have perfect coverage with the Wi-Fi.
So the neat thing about the Surfboard Max is that it works with Amazon Alexa. So that's super convenient. We want to give a huge thank you to Eros again for sponsoring this video. And you can find out more about Eros in our description.
So why don't we jump into the questions that you asked about working with your significant other?
One of the biggest, actually the biggest question that we got is, do you guys ever need space and do you guys need me time? Yes. The answer is a resounding yes.
I think in the beginning, when we first started working together, we didn't take enough me time, which resulted into like bickering and arguments that could have been resolved had we just taken time apart to like, because I mean, we work together, we live together, we sleep together,
we parent together,
we do a lot of things together. And so I think taking time apart is very good. For me, my time apart from Thomas is I go to the gym Monday through Friday, sometimes on weekends. And I usually do that by myself. Here recently, you've been coming and we take the kids to daycare, but normally that's my me time, is an hour and a half. And
Yeah, I can always tell whenever PJ hasn't, or like he needs to work out. He's like, maybe he's extra grumpy. We are both just like, okay, you go work out, I'll stay here. I think my me time is like going to the grocery store and taking the recycling and walking the dogs. So I enjoy like little everyday tasks like that. And I would say that's my me time, but yeah.
So to answer your question, yes, we me time. We need to hang out right now.
Okay, anyways.
Next question. Moving right along, please.
Another common question had to do with how do we avoid or how do we handle conflicts whenever we get annoyed at each other, whenever we disagree. And I think that is...
For me, it's usually walking away.
Yeah.
I always need time if it gets heated. Like if it gets heated to the point where it's going to continue to get heated, we're both very stubborn. And if we don't take that time apart, it escalates quickly, and then it just becomes this big ball of fire roasting out of my mouth hole.
Yes.
If it's something small, we can go through it right then. But if it's something that we both have opposite opinions on
and strong opinions on,
we need to take time apart, rethink it, and then compromise.
Yeah, compromise is probably the biggest word that I would use too. We compromise every day, and I think that that's what really any relationship is. A marriage, a friendship, it's about compromise. I mean, you're two different people trying to make one life work, and that's what it's all about, is compromise. Okay, moving right along. The next couple questions had to deal with getting distracted working at home, finding the motivation to be productive while working at home. And that was something that I really was worried about whenever I first started working from home. Like we mentioned,
our dogs. Every single video.
That's another frustration from working from home.
They're very vocal when it comes to loud sirens. If they hear a police car, they do that. If they hear an ambulance, they do that. If they hear bells, they do that. If they hear other dogs, they do that. Sometimes whenever they think that I might be annoyed, they do that. So
yep,
I can always tell when they're about to finish.
Oh no,
wait, it's coming.
Our neighbors hate us. Okay,
and then we're done. Oh, and we're done. Okay, and we're done.
All right. So yeah, I do have ADD, but it was surprisingly has not been that bad for me. For some reason, I think we kind of motivate each other, and PJ's been doing it for years, so yeah. You probably didn't need any help there.
I completely don't know what the question is. For me, it's always been fairly easy to stay motivated when working from home. I do have my days where I'm just like, I don't feel like doing anything. But the benefit of being your own boss is that you can just be like, okay, well, I'm not going to. I'll make it up later.
Yeah. Okay, so does working and living together put strain in your relationship and family? Yeah, at times.
Mm-hmm. I think it's, yeah, definitely.
I mean, how could it not?
For sure. Yeah. Yes.
Just yes.
Next question.
Yeah. Okay. Moving right along. It does. There you go. So the next question says, what do you do to avoid cabin fever?
So this one is actually kind of easy for us. We do eventually get to a place where we need to get out of the house, but we're both such homebodies. There's been periods of days that we have not left the house, especially if we have all the groceries that we need.
Yeah.
So because we're homebodies, we don't really mind being home. If we need to get out and about, we can like walk around the area that we live in. But we'll go and do something fun every once in a while and take the kids out.
Or we'll go get lunch.
Or go to the like our land.
Yeah.
It's a nice drive, and so we definitely get cabin fever every once in a while, but
it's like hard for us to get cabin fever.
We like being home, so yeah,
we do.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So the next group of questions has to deal with, well, here's one. It says, what do you do to make sure you're able to switch off from work mode? And how do you manage to just be a couple and not constantly talk about work since you work at home?
And this kind of relates to another question that I saw that was talking about, do you ever take days off? So we'll kind of relate that all back together.
Okay.
So working from home and the type of work that we do is difficult to like shut it off. because we work from the time that we wake up to the time that we go to bed, and we don't typically take days off.
Unless we're sick.
Yeah. And if we're sick, we usually will. But because of the type of work we do, when it's social media stuff, that can be done at all hours of the day. When we're flipping a house, which we currently are flipping a house, there's always something that needs to be done. Like, I need to be over there right now working on it. So, but I actually prefer it that way. I like working a lot. I like staying active, and I like continuously doing stuff. I don't really like going out clubbing. I don't like that type of stuff. So for me, like what I enjoy is flipping houses. I enjoy going over and working on a house. It's like clear my mind. Yeah. So we don't really take days off unless we're sick.
Which I did last week because I was really sick. I stayed on the couch all day. You kind of took a day off Monday because you didn't feel well, so it happens.
But then again, I have like up and down moments where like I'm very motivated to work for like weeks on end, and I'll work without taking a day off, and then I'll do that for a few weeks, and then I'm not motivated, and I like don't work at all for like a week.
It's like burnout.
Burnout, yeah. But so yes and no. So we do take days off, but then again, we kind of don't. We work all day.
And I think we're both just passionate, and we get a lot of fulfillment and creative fun out of what we do. So it's not bad if we talk about work.
Yeah.
You know, we're always brainstorming. A lot of it is brainstorming, coming up with new ideas. So it's fun.
As you guys know, we are foster parents now. We obviously have the option to take the kids to daycare if we wanted to, but we chose not to. We would rather keep them at home with us. And one kid is in pre-K, so he goes to school. And then the other two, instead of putting them in daycare, we keep them at home and we take care of them throughout the day. So, I mean, we really are going from when we wake up till we go to bed, Monday through Sunday, Sunday through Friday, Sunday through Saturday.
Sunday through Sunday is more like it.
I don't know. God,
yeah, I'm tired. Okay, last question. Are you ready?
Yeah, it kind of relates to what we just answered.
It does kind of, but it says, what if one is feeling lazy and the other wants to work?
So that doesn't really affect us unless we're renovating a house. And usually you're the one that doesn't want to work on it, and I'm the one that does. And that's the only time that it causes conflict. Otherwise, like if we're having a lazy day and it's just other job-related things, not flipping a house, then it's not an issue. But when it comes to like, we have to finish this bathroom or paint this part of the house by this date, that's when it's an issue. And those happen occasionally. And there's days where I don't want to work on the house.
Yeah, it's not just me.
But when I don't want to work on the house, it's just like, okay,
okay, we don't have to.
So that,
I mean, it's all about taking care of yourself sometimes.
So we definitely have lazy days for sure.
But that's why there's two of us. We just motivate each other. Kind of give the other one a nudge and
just like nudge
or a punch. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, that's that. Those are the questions. That was kind of fun to talk. Why do you keep dabbing?
We've been TikToking a lot, so
can you tell?
Check us out.
Can you tell?
Our mediocre TikToks.
Well,
all right. Anyways, you guys know where to find us. Thank you so much for submitting your questions. This was a fun video to do.
It was fun, and we want to give. You want to say it?
No, you say it.
No, you say it.
No, you say it.
And we want to give a huge thank you again to Eros for sponsoring this video. Like we said, you can find out more about them in the description.
Until next time, goodbye, and dab out of here right now.
Bye, y'all.
So I just thought of this, and I thought it'd be cute to add to the video, so I made Thomas set the camera back on.
Here we go.
But relating back to the good, the bad, and the ugly of working together, I thought it'd be fun if each of us said one of those things. So I'm going to say one good thing, bad thing, and ugly thing. Same for you. Okay, so good.
Good. You're gonna dig down deep to find that good.
So the good thing of working together with your significant other is that if you decide you want to play hooky that day, you can play hooky.
That is your good thing?
Yeah, now you go.
I mean, my good thing is that you spend all day together, and that
God.
I'm serious. You could just. I love spending time with you, and so like spending all day together and like getting those creative juices flowing and coming up with ideas together. I love that. I think it's really fun.
Okay, now you do bad.
Bad. The bad thing is it's a very easy way to start conflict, and because you will disagree, it's just inevitable, and it can create arguments where there normally wouldn't be.
Yeah. Bad would be the fact that you
Here we go.
I will say bad as far as like I'm more of a night person, so the bad that I do is that I kind of sleep in and it takes me a long time to get started. I'm not usually working until like lunchtime, but then I work till like 11 p.m. at night, so that's not that great. So I'd say that's bad. The ugly would be that when you are in a conflict with your coworker, in this case your significant other, carries over into your personal life.
Yeah.
AKA the bedroom.
Yeah, I would probably say that's the ugly for me too, is that whenever you fight, sometimes it's hard to, like if we have a deadline and we're like arguing that day, it's hard to reach that goal and that deadline, and panic mode sets in. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even want to see you right now, let alone work with you. How are we going to do this? But we somehow make it work.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's it.
That's that.
Bye-bye again. Goodbye.